McDonald's has an extremely serious problem. And that's because several media outlets are reporting that people pay up to 230% more when ordering through Uber Eats. Could this be the end of McDonald's? This news is completely real and it's very, very serious, especially for the company's customers, for McDonald's customers in the United States. Look, I know that most of you already know that when we order through Uber Eats or any delivery app, we're always going to pay more. We're always going to pay an extra charge for different reasons. First, there's the delivery fee. We always have to pay for delivery. There's also another very important factor, which is the cost of the product itself. And the thing is, apps like Uber Eats usually charge restaurants a 30% commission. Yes, Uber Eats takes 30% of the total cost of the food. So what restaurants do is pass that cost on to you. So every time you order through a delivery app, you're always going to pay a lot more than you would if you went to the restaurant yourself. That's something we all know. That's something obvious and logical. However, there's a small problem. And that's that with McDonald's, people are paying way more. Up to 230% of the real cost of the burger. An extra 30% is just insane. These are totally crazy, outrageous prices. These prices are completely out of proportion. And that's why here they tell us, McDonald's has a pricing problem on Uber Eats and DoorDash, which is another app very similar to Uber Eats in the United States. Here they also tell us, yes, you're paying more to eat at McDonald's. At least some of you are. But it might not be what you think. Whoa. Seriously, this article is wild. Look guys, people are fed up and tired of McDonald's. That's the reality, especially in the United States. And on May 30th, 2024, they were already telling us things like this. Today, McDonald's officially confirmed that their average menu prices have gone up 40% since 2019. That's crazy, 40% more. It's gotten to the point where McDonald's isn't cheap anymore. Eating at McDonald's just isn't as affordable as it used to be. And nowadays, the prices for a McDonald's burger are very similar to those at other restaurants or even other fast food places that have way better, way higher quality. There are even people who have compared McDonald's prices to those at Chili's or In-N-Out, which, objectively speaking, are much better. In fact, here this person comments, "Hey McDonald's, you're in serious trouble. I just paid $20 for a Big Mac and a second burger. Next time, I'll drive the 10 minutes to In-N-Out Burgers. I had to wait 10 minutes and the customer service was terrible. Just imagine $20 for a Big Mac and a small extra burger. It's just not worth it. You're better off going to In-N-Out or any other burger joint that exists wherever you live." Seriously, honestly, because paying $20 for a McDonald's burger seems like highway robbery to me. It's as simple as that. There's no other way to describe it. But anyway, you can already see that people are really upset and angry with McDonald's. People are furious, and not just in the United States, even in countries like Japan, there have been a lot of problems. But anyway, that's another story. Here they comment, "When people complain about the price of eating at McDonald's, that's usually a sign that the economy is somewhat weak. Over the past year, McDonald's prices have become social media memes, with people posting outrageous prices." Well, it's not just over the past year. I think this is something that's been happening since 2020, especially 2021. I think the craziness started in 2021, when a lot of people began to worry about McDonald's prices. Because when McDonald's is expensive, when McDonald's costs a lot, it means there are problems. Very, very serious problems on an economic and financial level. But anyway, here they tell us, generally, those high prices tend to be in non-traditional locations. Here someone says, "My son, for example, had to downgrade his Chicken McNuggets combo from 10 pieces to 6 pieces earlier this year, when a $20 bill wasn't enough to cover the cost. In that case, though, we were at an airport, and even though the price was high, all airport prices are high." That's true. It's common for meals inside airports to have a markup. That's normal, understandable. However, the chain's leaders have also admitted that the price and value of their products are ongoing issues at their restaurants, and they've taken steps to address this. However, they've never addressed the hidden cost of ordering at McDonald's. And pay attention to this. McDonald's menu comes with hidden fees. McDonald's doesn't share what percentage of its sales are made in-store, picked up, or delivered. They also never talk about the fact that delivery partners, including Uber Eats, increase the cost of your food. Self Financial recently repeated a study they first conducted in 2023 to show how much the price of food delivery in the United States changes when using different apps. The study found that the delivery of the same food order varied by as much as $33.88 among the 100 cities analyzed. DoorDash turned out to be the most expensive food delivery app in the United States. People have to pay $63.21 for an order that actually costs $36.95 at the restaurant. In other words, people pay 71.1% more. The company shared this. Average McDonald's margin on food delivery apps. It was determined that DoorDash was the most expensive food delivery app. Uber Eats has a slightly lower markup percentage at 69.4%. Hold on tight because this is absolutely crazy. Here they tell us. However, there is good news for consumers. Let's see what the good news is. In 2023, the study found that the average markup between ordering McDonald's food and ordering delivery was 93.8%. In the recent research, although prices had gone up, the markup had dropped to 68.6%, according to Self Financial. This is just ridiculous. I don't know if you're aware of this. Basically, they're telling us that even though prices went up and people are paying more on average, it's no big deal. The good news is that the extra cost is now lower. And why should I care about that? At the end of the day, as a user, as a customer, I'm paying a lot more. So of course I'm still getting the short end of the stick. But hold on, because this is where the real monster shows up. McDonald's prices by the numbers. In 2025, the average order cost $36.95 directly at McDonald's restaurants, a 23.7% increase from 2023, and on average $62.36 when delivered through third-party apps like Uber Eats, a 7.8% increase from 2023. DoorDash is the most expensive food delivery app, costing $63.21 on average. That's crazy. Gilbert, Arizona, remains the most expensive city for food delivery apps, $90.61, costing a total of $45.22 more than the cheapest city in the analysis. Wow, that's unbelievable to me. There's just no other way to put it. On average, people in Gilbert, Arizona, spend $90 to eat some burgers from McDonald's. $90 at McDonald's. That's just insane. But that's not all. New Orleans, Louisiana, has the biggest price difference, 237.8% between buying directly at McDonald's and using food delivery apps. I mean, if you go to McDonald's at the restaurant, you spend about $20 for exactly the same order, but on apps like Uber Eats, you could end up spending $70.27. There are no words to describe it. It's just simply unexplainable. An order that costs you $20 at the restaurant could cost you $70.27 on Uber Eats. This is highway robbery. Affiliate. How else can I say it? It's a ripoff. It's just that simple and straightforward. And look, it turns out that in Alaska, Big Macs cost $15.80. Another ripoff. No. This is all just crazy. Guys, no wonder people in the United States are so angry and upset with McDonald's. Honestly, I'm not surprised. The truth is, what's happening with McDonald's is just ridiculous. It's a shame. And that's why the company is going through a brutal crisis. Ladies and gentlemen, I would really love to know what you think and how you feel about all of this. Thank you very much, and I'll see you next time.